Okay. 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 Now I don't have to worry about that. All right. So the 7 of you who are on now, any requests, if you want to unmute yourself or put it in the chat room, if there's anything in particular, hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
We can
Okay.
hear.
Thanks. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Chris. Okay, good. Yeah, I think I've got this figured out with this remote mic. Okay. Hey, Joelle. Joelle popped in. All right. So I guess no one has any requests. So what I'm thinking of is, okay, people are going to start coming on now. What I'm thinking about doing is just throwing in a little bit of stuff that's kind of, it's not exactly yoga, but we'll do it yoga-ish, some stuff that's just a few little more high power things that I'll put in there. Not difficult, but just, a little bit high power stuff. You'll see, it's not that big of a deal. Squat, that type of thing. All right. So it is 5:30. Let's start. And I am recording. Good. Forgot to record last week, and that really bummed me out. Okay, so let's start by coming onto our mats in seated pose. And just kind of, claim your spot on your mat. Let your thighs open up. And then just rest your hands gently at the tops of your legs, inner knees. So when you're seated here, just make sure that the arm bones, your upper arm bones, are falling straight down from the shoulder to the elbow. The elbows aren't out to the side or pulled in, just really nice and relaxed here. And just begin by connecting with your breath. Oh, and by the way, I did send out an email. So for Zoom, this is the last class before I take a 4-week break, and then we'll start again when I get back from my break. So that'll be about the 14, 15, 16, 17, the week after the 14th of October. And then for those of you who are in person, there will be a sub. Dale will be subbing. So there's no break in classes there. All right, enough of the business. Right ear to the right shoulder. Let's open up the left side of the neck. Yeah, just feel that release on the left side. Let the left shoulder drop. Unlock your jaw, soften your eyes. Now roll your chin toward your chest. Let's open up the back of the neck here. Chin to the chest, again, releasing the jaw, the eyeballs. And when you release the back of the neck here, you might even feel some release moving down into the upper back, right? Left ear rolls to the left shoulder. Right neck opens. Drop that right shoulder. Again, release the jaw, the eyes. We're just getting started here. And then bring your head back to center. All right, both arms come up, palms are facing each other. All right, draw your navel back, spin it to the right as you open your arms. So the right arm comes back, the left arm comes forward. Those of you who want to, you can bind that right arm. You can turn the palm out and then bend the elbow, get the top of that hand to the side body. Those of you who are binding can do a full bind. Take the right hand into the left hand into the right thigh, draw that elbow in, and now spin some more. So that bind enables you to get more twist, but it's not necessary. Just bind if you want to. Both arms come out again, side to side, bring them up to center, come back here. Take the hands together, intertwine your fingers, and then press your palms up to the ceiling here. Oh, nice release, full spinal stretch here. All right, release the hands, palms are facing each other, draw the navel back, press that energy behind your belly button down to your sitting bones, stabilize there, and then turn your belly to the left as you open your arms. Just twisting it to the other side here. Okay. And then those of you who want to bind it out. I'm going to walk people through the bind in case you don't know how. Roll that left palm so that it's facing your right side. Draw that arm back, bend the elbow, take the top of that hand somewhere into your side body. Drop the shoulder, left shoulder, and then you can take the right arm across, grab a hold of the top of that thigh, get that elbow pulled in. Now turn some more by pressing the right hand into the left thigh. Breathe through the twist. Don't hold your breath. And release everything back to center. Let's open to a nice big V position. Okay, flex those toes, flex those heels as wide as you can. Open the thighs as wide as you can. Now listen, I want you to feel the sitting bones here. Actually, it's even easier to feel it here than when you're seated, I think. Now walk your fingertips forward to bring your torso forward and open up your groin. Feel it open on the way down. Yeah, bend those elbows, come down. And then once you've come down about as much as you can with the straight back, then forget about the straight back, just drop your head and curve the back. Now, as you breathe here, bring the expansive feel of the breath into the groin and into the upper back. Try it. Nice and open. Press your palms into the ground, feel it. Straighten the elbows to lift your torso. Walk your hands back towards your body. Feels hot and humid kind of, okay? Starting to work a little bit. Right fingertips come to the center, left fingertips behind you. Lift from your heart center, twist your body toward your left leg. Now walk your fingertips out toward that left foot as you bring your body down. Flex that right heel, push that right heel into the ground to stabilize you in that leg that you're moving away from. Feel that nice big opening in your right waist, possibly even moving into the right lower back. Listen up. Keep your torso as low as it is. Take the left arm over that left leg. Grab the inside of the leg or the foot. Grab it. Bend the left elbow and then come down a little lower. Face gets a little closer to that leg. Listen, reach out with the right arm. Pull your navel back at the same time. You're going to get even more opening in the right waist with this. Now turn your torso towards center. Right arm is over your head. Cartwheel up, bringing that right arm to the right, left arm to the left. Right fingertips fall. Left fingertips come to the front of you. Pull your navel back, lift your chest, soften your shoulders. Now twist your belly to the right leg. Walk your fingertips out toward that right foot, coming down, feeling the back of that right leg opening up. Yeah, dig that left heel into the ground and flex it. Now breathe here. You've got that leg wide open beneath you. Feel the stretch. Keep your torso down. Don't pick up at all. Just listen to me. Right arm comes over the leg. Hand grabs the inside of the foot or the leg, bend the elbow some more. You may be able to drop just a little closer to that leg. Now reach the left arm out. Now listen, yes, you're reaching out with the left fingertips, but let's get some opposing action here just to open things up some more. Pull the navel back at the same time. So you're reaching out with the fingertips, reaching back with the belly button. Turn your torso toward the middle. Oh, there's that nice side stretch. Cartwheel up, arms to either side. All right. Bring the soles of your feet together. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to do core, just so we don't forget. Okay, so bound angle pose with the legs. Arms come forward. Oh, first, before you do that, grab a hold of the tops of your feet with your hands and scoot your heels as close to you as possible. Okay, now open those legs. Now release the arms forward. Try to keep the back as straight as possible. Now listen, arms should be slightly lower than the shoulders, so the shoulders are relaxed. Palms are up. Draw the navel back. We're going to come down slowly. Now curve the back on the way down. Curve, curve, curve. Okay, stop here, halfway down, not even. And let's pulse, pulse, pulse. A little harder with the bound angle position of the legs. Little pulse, pulse. Now we're going to come down some more all the way. Oh, that's hard to do with the legs in that position. Arms overhead. Keep your legs in this position. Bend the elbows to the side for cactus pose. So your elbows are coming straight out from the shoulders, bent at 90 degrees. Chin to the chest, palms are up. Listen, press the soles of your feet together until you feel your glutes ignite and your inner thighs ignite. Got it? Okay, now bring your arms up to the ceiling, intertwine your fingers, slip your palms under your skull, elbows are open, press those feet together, keep the knees open nice and wide. Look straight up to the ceiling, straight up, okay? So there's a space between your neck and your chest, like you've got a little orange or grapefruit there. I want you to keep that space. Lift the face toward the ceiling. Now lift the feet off the ground a couple inches and press the feet together and pull your navel down. More, pull the navel down some more. Pulse, 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 pulse. Now you want more, as if this isn't enough. Every time you pulse, push the feet together, press the soles of the feet together. Pulse, pulse and hold it up there. Take the knees together, straighten the legs to the ceiling, turn the toes out, heel to heel. Let's do a little scissor kick. Yeah. Okay, as you're scissor kicking, draw the navel down. You're still going to breathe. You're not holding your breath. All right, now start to bring the feet and the legs down to the ground. Keep the legs as straight as possible. Get them as close to the ground as you can do it, and then come back up again. Oh, Tuesday we did a lot of core. Those of you who are in Tuesday class, I don't know about you, but I can really feel my abs today. All right, bring it down again. Yeah, keep moving through those heels, flex them, push away from them, bring them up again. All right, head comes down. Grab a hold of the backs of the legs, bend your elbows to bring your legs closer to you. Open up, backs of the legs and your lower back. All right, bring the feet together, knees to the side, bound angle pose again with the legs. Arms come up to the ceiling, take the hands together, intertwine your fingers, bend your elbows, slip your hands under your head. Looking straight up at the ceiling, space between the chin and the chest, lift. All right. Listen up, keep those elbows open wide, straighten the legs away from you, lift them up to the ceiling, bend them, straighten them close to the ground and scoop up. Bend, straighten and scoop, you're on your own. Keep the scooping motion, Nice and controlled, no momentum, all work from the core. Scoop. Now you exhale when you scoop. When you scoop and lift, that's where you put the exhale in. And if you want to put your head to the ground, go ahead and put it to the ground. All right, ready? We're going to change it. Both legs stay straight. They come close to the ground. They bend and they straighten to the ceiling. And then they come down. So we're just doing the opposite of a scoop, right? We're kind of doing an opposite thing now. And down. All right. Head comes to the ground. Open the arms. Nice T position with the palms up. All right. Reverse tabletop. So you've got your knees over your hips and your shins parallel to the ground. Now bring those legs together and glue them. Soften the upper back and the shoulders. Pull the navel down. Side to side with the legs. Don't let the legs drop to the ground. Just hover as close to the ground as you can, and then slowly move it to the other side. Spinal twist, oblique, abdominal muscles. Getting both of those here. Oh yeah, you also get a little lower back massage, don't you? That's a little extra benefit. All right, next time your legs come to the left side, drop them completely into the floor. All right, now you're at home, so you have the luxury of little props you can use. You can grab a pillow and put them under your legs. If you can't let your legs touch the ground by themselves, or if they won't do it, I should say. All right, just get into this form. Let your body really get into this form. Feel the shape. Legs are twisted, pelvis is turned, spine gets a nice rotation, and this wonderful opening across the right chest that radiates into the right shoulder and right upper arm. Now give it some breath, the movement of your breath. So, you can always hang out in this position for a long time, right? Not necessarily in the practice tonight, because you'll miss out on other things. But, if you're ever at home and you want to do this, just try keeping this pose for a couple minutes. All right, chin to the chest. In fact, I think I'll do a yin yoga pop-up. That reminds me, a nice fall one. Okay, pull your navel back, get your legs back to center. All right, so now you're going to be a little off kilter. So get everything straight again, get the T of your arms nice and straight, and then walk your hips down to the bottom of your mat, side to side, to straighten. Chin to the chest. All right, bend the knees. We're going to come down to the right slowly, slowly. Notice when your legs are coming down, you need to push into that right arm and right shoulder to slow it up. But once you feel the legs touch the floor, release the pressing into the arm and into that shoulder. So now just rotating the spine in the other direction, getting the left pectoral muscle, left shoulder, left upper arm. Add the breath and feel that in your pose. All right, squeeze the legs together, draw your navel back, bring the legs back up to center, and rock it side to side along the lower back. All right, cross at the ankles, flick the feet up to the ceiling, down to the ground. And then if you want to, those of you who want some extra core, stop right before the feet touch the ground and let your core muscles engage to hold you. Now, those of you who don't like rolling on your spine, just bring it into a table pose. Maybe even do some cats and cow while you wait for us. All right, so now everyone, let's bring it to table pose. All right, nice table pose here. Spread the fingers apart. Press your palms into your mat. All right, and I simply want you to feel this, to just feel the squareness, feel the nice stability of the table. All right, send your right leg straight out with the flexed heel, left arm forward, reach. Now the other side. Right arm, left leg, reach. This is really good for extending the spine. Bring it back. All right, curl your toes. Press into the pads of the toes. Stretch the bottom of your feet and your toes. Now curl your tail under and lift your belly. Okay, so the back part of your body is doing a cat pose, not the front. Press your hips back towards your hips. We're just going to open the lower back a bit here. Yeah, now press more deeply into those toes. Use the weight of your hips pressing down into them. Drop your elbows straight down into your mat. Belly falls. Lift your head just enough so you can see the front edge of your mat. So now look what you've done. You've put a little curve in your back by doing that, right? So now we're just going to float forward, keeping the belly as close to the mat as possible. Lift up, keeping that curve, and you're in cow pose. Really drop the belly and lift the hips. Tops of the toes come into the mat. Round your back to form a cat pose. Yeah, nice and open in the back, between the shoulder blades. Notice how the neck gets a really deep release here. Release the weight of your skull. Keep pressing into the palms, keep using those upper arm muscles, and bend the elbows back just a little micro bend as you lift your hips, drop your belly, send your heart forward, cow pose. Now back to a cat and a cow and another cat pose here. Curl your toes, look at them. They should be right behind the knees, hip distance apart. Walk your hands back to your knees, lift your knees, come into squat pose. Nice squat pose with hands in Namaste Mudra. So press your elbows into the inner knees, drop your pelvis. Lift from the pelvic floor. So you lift from the pubic bone to your anus. Lift up, hold that energy, use it to stand. Okay, feet facing forward, bring them together a little bit more. Reach up with the fingertips toward your ceiling. Turn the right palm away from you. Drop that arm to your side leg. Lift up with the left fingertips as you drop the right shoulder. Now listen, you're still facing forward. So your hips stay facing forward the whole time. Now slide the right arm down your leg. Left arm comes overhead. Big opening, left side of the body, feel it. If you want more, you can take your right hand to your left wrist and take it out some more from there. Release from the wrist if you're holding it. Right hand, feel the side of your leg. And draw up as you straighten. Right arm comes up. Okay, equal weight, right leg and left. Feel that. Get nice and balanced. Okay, Tadasana in the middle. Turn your left palm out. Drop that arm. When your hand feels the side of your leg, let that be a cue to release the top of your left shoulder. Now reach the right arm up. Now you're not turning the hips to the left at all. They're staying straight. Now slide down that leg as you bring your right arm over and open up the right side of your body. If you want more, left hand takes the right wrist, draws it out a bit. Release it. If you did, straighten that right arm as you straighten your spine. Left arm comes up, palms are facing each other, and bring them down. Bring the hands in a nice mudra position here. All right, lift the elbows, press the palms into one another. So this is a really active mudra. You're going to feel this in the shoulders and in the chest. Really press your hands into each other. Now, I'm going to go sideways. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to squat by sitting back into that little chair. Lift up, lifting your left leg. Okay, now I have to go forward. Squat. When you lift, lift your left leg, bring it out, do a wide squat. Lift your right leg, bring the legs together. You know what? I'm going to forget about that. I'm not going to add that. Here, let's do this. Squat at center, bring it to the side and squat. Go back to center. Now bring it to the side, squat together. Wide squat, narrow squat. So are you still pressing your hands together? Right? Because we're really trying to work the chest as well as the lower body. Squat. Okay, keep it wide and squat here. Just keep squatting. Pull your navel back as you squat. Press the hips back. All right, get it a little closer. Squat here. Lift one leg. Drop down. Lift the other. Drop down. I've got to use a drishti. I'm looking at the screen, and that's making me lose my balance. Watching my husband close the windows. Looks like he's going to put the AC on. All right, now stay with a narrow squat and just squat here. Yeah, we're working the thighs. You better believe it. Can you feel them? Pulse at the bottom. Pull that belly back. Can you feel the thighs? The tops, the bottoms, the quads, the hamstrings. Yeah, bring it back up and open. Okay, hands come up. Swan dive forward. Forward fold. Monkey pose. Right fingertips right in front of you into the ground. Bend your right knee, lift your left sitting bone, lift your left arm. You're turned. Oh, feel the back of your left leg. You want to put a bind in here? Go ahead. You can bind that left arm. Release the bind. Listen up. Right knee is bent. Now bend the left one. Now push your butt back and down. Lift the right arm forward, left arm back. This would help. I'll give you a side view. Now straighten it up and dip back with your right arm. Sit in the chair again, front and back. Swing your left arm forward, lift it up, and swan dive forward. Monkey pose. Bring it down again. All right, left fingertips
Bend the left knee, lift the right sitting bone, lift the right arm. Oh yeah. Back of the right leg, nice and open. Do you feel it? Enjoy that. It's good for the leg. Okay, listen, keep everything as is. Just bend the right knee, push the butt back and down, lift the left arm, your turn to the right now. Straighten up, left arm comes up and over. Oh, I love having this mic. I don't always have to turn toward the computer, which is really nice. Okay, forward and back, because then you get to see different angles. Sit, swing that arm forward, chair pose. Okay, you've worked out your thighs. They're nice and strong. Bring your Namaste Mudra to your heart. Pull your navel back, round your tailbone. Got that? Now twist to one side. Get that elbow into the side of your leg for extra twist. And those of you who like to open up your wings here, go for it. Back to the mudra. Swing it back to center, lift. Swan dive forward, fall. Oh yeah, let's just hang out in a forward fold. Listen, everyone. You can bend your knees in a forward fold. No problem at all. All right, now everyone, bend the knees a little bit. Gorilla pose. Scoop your hands, palms up under your feet. Bend your elbows to the sides, drop your head. Oh, just hang out here, release the weight of your head. Nice one to relieve neck tension here. And can you feel how you've got the spine stretched right over the top of this pose? Release your hands from your feet. All right. And straighten the leg, monkey pose. Step in or press into the shins, look forward. All right, another chair pose. Bring it there. Pull the navel back, round the tailbone. See, then you make all this extra space in the middle and you relieve lower back tension. Okay, Namaste Mudra to your heart. Spin it to the other side. Lock that elbow into the side of your thigh and twist the other way. Spread your wings if that feels good. Bring it back together. If you spread your wings, bring it back to center, lift, and come forward. All right, look for your down dog. So hands to the front of your mat, feet toward the back. Okay, so just kind of feel it. You've got some nice opening in the backs of your legs, up and down your spine, in your back body. Remember the main thing, you press into the hands, push them forward, though they're stuck in your mat. Lift your belly, press your hips up, and then press them toward the back of your mat. So your hips are hoisted, they're lifted, and they're always pushing up and back because there's a tendency for them to want to come forward. Always pushing back away from the hands. Left foot comes in just off center. Right leg lifts up. Flex that heel. Remember, the hips are still facing the mat. Now pulse that right heel up toward the ceiling, right at the top. Slow and controlled, everyone. Lift it higher. Turn your hips to the right. Lift the right ankle toward the ceiling. Pulse that. Little pulses right at the top. Now listen, you turned your body to the right. So you've just put extra weight in the right shoulder. Left. Press into the left hand. And then you kind of press that shoulder away from the hand. Pick it up away from the hand as you press into the hand. All right, bend the right knee. Let the foot drop back just to get a nice twist in the torso. Again, press into the left hand. Press, press, press. Straighten the leg, turn the hips so they're facing forward. Look forward between your hands. Bring your right foot
between your hands. All right, we're in a lunge. So right knee over the ankle, shimmy those left toes back so you get as much space as you can make between those feet. Now, squeeze your left butt cheek like it's a fist, and you want to just give it a big, you want to fist up your left butt cheek. All right, press deeply into the right foot. Okay, now, again, squeeze the left butt, and now press the left heel toward the back of your mat. So that leg is long back there and really active. Left hand comes close to the right foot. Reach out with the right arm. Reach it up to the ceiling. And for those of you who want to bind it, bind it. Reach that arm forward again so it's next to the foot. Okay, drop the left knee gently into the mat, top of the foot into the mat. Now you can put something under your knee here. You can either double your mat, or if you have a little pillow or towel. Okay, press deeply into your right foot. Bring your fingertips back. Lift your torso and push your hips forward. It's more of a feeling of moving the hips forward. They're barely going to move, but you'll feel that in the left hip flexor, front of the left hip into the left groin. Now straighten the right leg as you draw your hips back. Lift the right toes off the mat. Press the right heel into the mat. Walk your hands back. Fingertips are facing forward. Back of your right leg is really open, really, really open. Feel that. Those hamstrings have a lot of space here. Now bend the elbows back and just drop some of the weight of your nice relaxed torso down toward that leg that's wide open beneath. Walk your hands forward, take your right foot into the mat again, curl your left toes, lift your left knee. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Now pyramid pose as you straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back. Again, same thing, right? Except your hips are lifted. Bend the elbows, drop over the right leg. Now listen, this one can really do a good job opening the calf muscles. So if you press your right heel way back, you'll get the calf muscles some nice space to open up. Bend the right knee again. All right, left foot, put it in a position where you feel you'll want to be for warrior one. Come up into warrior one and then rearrange things. Okay, hips are facing forward. That's the main thing. So you're probably going to need to rearrange the foot, the leg, that back leg once you get up, even if it's just a little rearranging. Now feel your base, feel the strength of your legs. Press into the outer edge of that left foot and squeeze the left butt cheek. Now flow forward, nice and easy. Okay, keep using that back leg. Drop the right arm inside the right leg, press them into one another. Now reach way out with the left. I want you to open your left waist. Come on, open, open, open. Now lift the arm to the ceiling. All right, binders, here's your place. Here's your time to bind. Those of you who don't bind, just keep the arm up and the other one down. Release the binders. Let that left arm come over your ear, everyone. Intense side stretch. Cartwheel up, warrior two. All right, really open it up across the chest by drawing those fingertips away from your chest. So you're really extending into the right fingertips and back into the left. Turn your left palm so it's facing back, pinky forward. Yes, you're going to feel that in the tricep and it feels good, doesn't it? Bring the arm back. Bend the elbow, take that hand, top of that hand into your back body. Now look over at your right fingertips, especially the middle one, that's your drishti. Rotate that palm to the ceiling. Open the palm, light it up. Lights up your bicep. Now bring that arm over. Back to a bound warrior two. Release the bind. Take your right foot, turn it so it's facing the edge of your mat, and then get your legs in a nice position, nice wide V position, because we're going to come down. All right, so remember, hinge from the hips. If you're not sure that you hinge from the hips, so if I hinge from the waist, it's like I'm just kind of rounding my back over. If I hinge from my hips, the back stays straight and the movement comes in the hips, not in the waist. So send it upside down, reverse here. Nice inversion pose. Another one where you can really release the neck. Just pay attention to letting the skull drop. Like, you know, it's just like gravity wants to take it, and you're just going to let that happen. Press into the outer edges of both feet. Stay lifted in the inner ankles, okay? You want to keep a nice arch. Now take your palms under your head. Straighten your arms and lift your belly. Walk your hands forward. We're going to wide dog it. All right. Head comes between the biceps. Hips lift. Back of the legs open up. Lift your belly, lift your hips. Now soften your shoulders when you're back here and your elbows. Slide forward, or I should say glide forward. Walk your hands back. Okay, turn your right foot so it's facing the front of your mat. Left foot comes in a bit. Walk your hands forward so you're in a lunge again. And now let's move it into pigeon pose. So walk your left foot, your right foot rather, to the left side of your mat. Drop your right knee toward the right side and then slide that back leg straight back. Okay. Now, when you come down, begin to focus on whether or not your hips are level to the ground. And if they're not, try to level them as much as you can. And then slowly relax your body over your legs, using that weight to open that right hip. So because this is a powerful release, there's a tendency for the mind to leave the body. When things get intense, you know, there can be a tendency that most of us for the mind to kind of move away from whatever is intense, right? Preoccupy itself or go somewhere else. Stay with that intensity. Keep your mind focused on it. Observe it. Just observe it. Slowly bringing it up, swinging that left leg forward, right knee is bent, right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. All right. So you have a staff pose with one leg bent, right? I mean, it's a different pose than staff, but you can think about that. You can think about how your body is making an L with the left leg, but the right leg is askew. All right. Now come forward just a little bit with a straight back, forward over that left leg. Now flex the left foot, drag that heel and sitting bone back a little bit, and now come over it again.
beautiful opening for the lower back. This one's a really nice lower back release. And lifting up, swinging that leg back again, right knee is to the side. Okay, wrists are under your shoulders, spread those palms out, curl your left toe, lift your left knee, and squeeze your left butt cheek. Now press into the palms, come on and use those arm muscles, chest muscles, and now take the right leg back and find a plank pose. So with plank pose, you want your wrists a little bit in front of the shoulders. Okay, you want the hands about shoulder width or slightly wider. Press those heels back. Drop the knees into the mat. Pick up your feet, cross at the ankles. Okay, now bend the elbows straight back. Pull your navel up. Keep your back straight. Squeeze your elbows in toward one another. Straighten the leg or straighten the arms. Bend, hold it, press into those hands. Move those shoulders away from your ears. So you're all lit up across the chest here. Straighten. Bend and hold. Keep that belly lifted. It's strong. And straighten. Uncross. Curl at the ankles, curl the toes, lift up to down dog. All right, so whatever you want to do, you can walk your dog, you can wag your tail, whatever feels good. All right, pick up the belly, send the hips up and back, feel that open the backs of your legs, drop your heels. Right foot comes in a bit, left leg lifts up for a three-legged dog here. Flex the heel and pulse it to the ceiling, right at the top. Small, controlled. You're going to feel this in the glutes. Belly stays lifted, everyone. Lift it a little higher. Turn the hips to the left. Lift the left ankle. Oops, there's the glutes again. Lateral and pulse. Now you've just shifted some weight into the right shoulder. Press into that hand. Push away from it. And you're going to protect the shoulder. Actually, you're going to strengthen it. Lift it a little higher, bend the knee, let the foot fall back a bit to your right. Rotate the hips, they're facing the mat, straighten that leg, look forward. Left foot comes between your hands. Okay, then you take time to set it up, to set up a real nice lunge. So knee is over the ankle. Okay, you can see me. Knee is over the ankle. Toes are shimmied back. Now you go that extra mile. Squeeze the right butt cheek. And as you press the right heel back toward the back of your mat, you're going to feel the calf muscles open up. If you keep that leg straight, you're also going to feel the hamstrings. Nice and strong. Keep that back leg nice and active. Right hand comes close to the foot. Left arm reaches forward. As the left hand reaches forward, the right heel pushes back. Those are your two opposing energy forces right there. Now turn the belly to the left. Open the left arm. Draw that left hip in. And then if you want to put a bind in this, you can certainly do that. Release the bind, bring the arm forward, back to this pose, lunge pose. Drop the right knee, top of the right foot comes into your mat. Straighten your left knee, pick the left toes up, dig the left heel into the mat. Walk your hands back. Now press the back of your left leg down toward the mat. Okay, of course, it's not going to hit the mat, right? Because your hips are lifted, but I just want you to get that feeling of really opening the back of the left leg. Now bend your elbows back And you can drop more weight over this, get a more intense opening. Walk your palms forward, foot comes back into the mat. Curl your right toes, lift that knee. Okay, now we're going to move it to a pyramid pose. So straighten the left knee, hips draw back, of course. Walk your hands back, bend your elbows, and again, drop over that leg. So again, you're getting this intense opening, especially the hamstrings. In fact, in this one, you may feel the hamstrings all the way from the hip to the knee. Bend the left knee, walk the hands forward. Okay, look at that right foot. You're going to turn it out. Find a stance that you think is going to be your foundation for warrior, and then pick yourself up, come into it, fine tune, make sure the hips are facing forward. That's key. Okay, squeeze your right butt cheek, press that energy all the way down your right leg to the outer edge of that foot. Keep that energy there, and from that strength, you can really nicely come forward with the torso. Drop the left arm inside the left leg, reach out with the right arm. Come on, let's open that waist, reach a little more, pull the belly back. That's it, open to the ceiling with the arm. And then for those of you who are binders, you can bind. And then release the bind. Bring that right arm over your ear for intense side stretch. And then cartwheel up to warrior two. Okay, spread those arms apart to open the heart center. Rotate the right palm so that it's facing the left side of your mat, right facing kind of back. Bring the arm back, bend the elbow, bind it. Sit into your foundation again. Press into both feet, feel the inner thighs. Listen, squeeze the inner thighs toward one another. It's a really subtle cue, but that helps you stay really connected. Rotate the left palm up, shine the palm to the ceiling. Feel your bicep open up with that move. Lift that arm up and overhead. Back to warrior two. And warrior one. And we're coming down for pigeon pose, left hip. Okay. So if you like to do pigeon on your back, just get on your back. Come into a reverse tabletop and then put the left ankle at the top of the right thigh, grab underneath the right thigh, bend your elbows, pull it toward you. And again, you want to try to level those hips and dive right into the experience of this. And slowly release, swing the right leg forward, left knee is bent to the side, and the left sole of the foot is in the right inner thigh. Of course, always line up that right leg, the leg that's straight with the hip, with the center of the hip. Okay, now flex that right foot, sit up nice and straight, and then draw the right heel back as you bring your torso forward. And then slowly come down over your right leg. Press the outer edge of the left leg toward the ground. And slowly release. Swinging your legs around, coming into table pose. Curling your toes, lifting up, step it to the center of your mat, feet about hip distance apart. All right, bend the knees, let your belly fall on your thighs. I'm gonna go sideways in case you wanna see this. And then grab the backs of your ankles and drop your head. Again, another one where you can get some good traction in the neck. You can just really release the cervical vertebrae and the muscles of the neck. Just letting gravity take your skull bone. All right, we're going to waterfall. Send the arms back, lift up, inhale. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Use the filter of the nose, but when you exhale, take it out of the mouth. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, make it good. All of it, all of it. All right, just dangling. You can open your stance a little bit if that feels good. You can bend your elbows, grab opposite elbows if you like that. And again, here's where you can use gravity to take your arm bones, your wing bones, and your head. And then what if you picked up your belly a little bit here and rounded your tailbone just a bit? Yeah, now into this again, release. And then you can go side to side if you want. And then drop your arms. We're going to slowly come up. Oh, taking your time. Oh, once you get up, find Tadasana. Close your eyes if you're able to. Tuck your chin back toward your chest. Drop your tailbone south. Equal weight into the right and the left and the left and the right legs. Just redistribute it if you need to. Now arms come up and over. A nice soft mudra over your crown. Bring it to your heart center. Yeah, press your thumbs into the heart center as you release the shoulders, the elbows. And drop your forehead towards your fingertips. And release. All right, coming down, front body facing the earth. Crocodile pose, our nice restorative pose after all this. So feet are toed in. Palms are stacked. Head rests on the top hand. And then you just completely let everything go. And then, of course, you can use your belly pushing into the floor as you breathe to open your lower back. So the belly has nowhere to go, right? So that really, that gets transferred to the lower back, that energy. It feels good. Soften your wing bones, let them fall apart.
And lifting, taking your elbows under your shoulders, your arms are parallel, palms are down, Sphinx pose. Press deeply into your hands and elbows and your arms. Now press your heart forward. Okay, don't pull the neck, or excuse me, don't pull the head back, just press the chest forward. Little toning for the back here, especially the lower back. Now release that and drop your head. Lift your head again. Press into the hands, the elbows. Draw your chest forward. Release. All right, bend your right knee. Take your left arm in a bit. Take your right arm back to clasp the top of that ankle or the foot. Bend the elbow to just work that heel toward your butt to open the top of the right thigh, quadriceps. Other leg, right arm comes in the middle, left arm comes back to grab that. Release. Take it back down, all the way down. Okay, feet are toed in. Legs are hip distance or closer. Palms at the chest. Okay, moving into cobra, everyone. So your head is slightly lifted. You're looking straight down at the mat. Know that this is the position your neck is in for the rest of this pose. You are not going to pull. Okay, try this. I want you to try this just to see what you don't do, because I used to do this when I first started yoga. If you take, okay, in this position with your head looking down, look forward. That's what I don't want you to do. See how that compresses the neck? Instead, look straight at the mat, and that's the position your neck is going to be in this whole thing. All right, lift your pubic bone, roll it to your belly, drop it down. Now slowly lift up. Pressing into the hands, everyone, as little as possible in order to recruit the back muscles. This is a back strengthener, not an arm strengthener. Now, if you come all the way up into a back bend like I do, then you're going to start using the arms. But a full cobra is not this high. A full cobra is just like this. All right, now when you come down again, think about taking the weight out of the hands, possibly even lifting them off the mat to force the back muscles to work. Kiss your forehead to your mat. Come up one more time. Lateral twist at the top. For those of you who like that little twist, listen to your lower back when you're doing that. Make sure it feels okay. Come on down. Draw those elbows in. Forehead touches the mat. Turn your head to one side. Release the arms with the palms up and open your legs. Okay, without creating any tension and very slow motion style, turn your head to the other side. Rest into the other cheekbone. Bring your head back to center. Bring your hands next to your chest. Lift it into table pose. Okay, now just because you're done with this practice, almost with the, before Shavasana, don't forget, still keep good form. Press into those hands. Use those upper arm muscles. Now curl the tail a little more so you feel that lower back release. Now press back with a nice rounded lower back. And then just drop into it. Now, your arms should be in a position where the shoulders are completely relaxed. So there should be some bend in the elbows, a little or a lot.
or the arms can come next to your body with the palms up again, elbows bent. All right, take a few breaths there. And then if you're staying for Shavasana tonight, flip it over and bring your back body facing the earth now. All right, eyes are closed. And make sure that you're really nice and spread open. All right, take up some space. Get the arms away from your torso, open the legs. Palms are definitely up to the ceiling. That keeps the shoulder joints nice and relaxed. Feet are toed out so the hip joints are relaxed. And then begin to just let the weight of your body drop. Notice the movement of your belly as you breathe. Now scan your body and just look for areas that are holding tension. And then when you get to those areas, don't judge them or, don't criticize like, oh, why am I tight there or whatever. No, 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 no. Instead, just go there. Okay, that's a part of your body that just needs a little extra loving, a little extra care. Kind of approach it that way. And what happens is when you observe, when you fully observe without judgment, what happens naturally is that some of that tightness, some of that, kind of like balled up energy begins to release, to unknot. And then all you do is you observe that happening. It may not necessarily completely release. It probably won't, but that's okay. Right? We all have these special places where we store tension. All of us. All right. So really let your legs get nice and heavy. Super heavy, super relaxed in the legs, the thighs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles. Go to your right foot. Release the top of that foot, the sole of that foot, toes of your right foot. Moving over to the left foot, left ankle. Yeah, just feel that ankle joint, right? That joint that connects the leg to the foot. Just relax that. Top of the foot, the left sole of your foot, toes of your left foot. Move up to your torso, feel your belly rise and fall as you breathe. Soften your lower back, your buttocks, your lower torso.
your belly. Moving up your torso, notice your rib cage. Move as you breathe, making room for the lungs to expand. And then when you exhale, they release again, come back together, soften. Right, so there's all these places in your body where you can connect to your breath, where you can feel your breath interacting with your physical body. Moving up to the chest, feel it rise and fall as you breathe. Go to the center of your chest, called the heart center in yoga. Soften the heart center. Bring your breath, direct your breath to your heart center. All right, so this is home to many of our emotions. So as you breathe into the heart center, let the heart center get really nice and open and large. Just release those feelings. And you don't even have to put names on those feelings or know where they came from. Just release, just free it up, let it go. Make space in your heart center. And release across your upper back. Let the wing bones drop more deeply. And then shoulders and arms. Really let them get heavy and relaxed. Your left hand, soften it, the top, the palm, the fingers. Right hand, top of the hand, the palm, the fingers. What about those little wrists, like the ankles, very similar? That connection between the hands and the arms, soften your wrists. And then feel where the weight of your skull is supported by pillow or the ground beneath you, and really let your head relax into that spot. Allow the muscles of your face to relax and the skin of your face, the muscles of your skull, your scalp. Soften both your eyeballs, the bridge of your nose, your cheekbones, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, the muscles of your neck. And now just experience your entire body. Breathing through it. Moving back to the heart center again. Feel the heart center warm and alive. Okay, so we have as humans a tendency to, kind of hold on to things, to kind of grab them and keep them as ours. And some of the stuff that we hold on to, doesn't serve us. So allow those things from your heart center, right? loss, the grief of losing, resentment, all of that. Just really let it get freed up. And then exhale and let it go. Let's do just a few heart breaths here. So when you inhale, bring the breath and the energy of the breath, the prana, into the heart. Let it open and expand the heart. Free those things that don't serve you. And when you exhale, release them and be grateful for what you had and what you have. Right? You let go to make more space. So now just feel how nice and open the heart feels, your body, your mind. And in tonight's Shavasana practice, if you'd like to put a prayer, sankalpa, intention into this, you can do that now. Okay, that's your seed. So just give that, give that seed some power, give that seed some energy, breathe into it, let your desire fill it. Feel it grow. And then let it go with your next breath. Slowly making your transition. And rolling to one side, knees bent. And then slowly make your way to seated pose. And then once you're in seated pose, just close your eyes, feel that inner peace again. Arms open wide, palms up, inhale, arms overhead. Namaste mudra to your heart. Namaste. All right, everyone. I will see you in October. I don't remember the exact date, but it is the week of the 16th, I believe. I think the next 16, 17, I think it's like the 19th is our next Zoom. Okay. Hopefully I won't miss too much of this gorgeous autumn weather. Shelley, you assured me that I won't, so hopefully not. All
Thank
right.
you. Have a good trip.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Oh, thanks, Joelle. Bye, everyone. By the way, is Fern here? Fern. Yes, Fern is here. Fern, I miss you in class, but I'm so glad you're here in Zoom. That's really good. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome.